everyone, welcome back to another episode of Psych Talk. In today's episode, I will answer the most Googled questions about personality disorders. So let's get into it. Okay, first question is, what causes personality disorders? Okay, personality disorders are caused by genetic and environment, like always. I know you guys hate this answer, but it is a combination of the both. And so, for example, let's take borderline personality disorder. We know that people who have experienced a lot of trauma early on during their childhood, and they had unloving parents, distant and cold parents who did not meet the needs of the child. Um, of course, a child is more likely to develop borderline personality disorder if also there is a genetic component to it, because not all kids who have been through some sort of trauma or had unloving parents develop borderline personality disorder. But when you have the genetic predisposition plus the environment that cause that gene to be expressed, then you can develop a personality disorder. And so, yeah, it's a combination of both genetic and environment. Okay, next question. How common are personality disorders? Well, approximately 9% of adults in the US have been diagnosed with a personality disorder. The most common are borderline personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. Yep. So, next question. Can a person have more than one personality disorder? Short answer, yes. So individuals can be diagnosed with different personality disorders because the symptoms sometimes may overlap. And so, for example, a person who has been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder may be also diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. And a person who have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder may also be diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder. Usually, it's like personality disorders that are kind of similar to one another or have overlapping symptoms. It's never like something, like I don't know, like let's take borderline personality disorder and schizoid personality disorder that are like, very different from one another. Usually they're in the same cluster, but yeah, that's the answer to that question. Next question is, are personality disorders treatable? Short answer, no. They are a long life like pattern of behavior. People usually don't change if they have personality disorders. They may get better at mitigating symptoms, and they may live satisfying, normal, regular lives. But usually, personality disorders are not treatable. It's just that's why they're called personality disorder. It's not like a mood disorder. It is part of who you are and it's part of your personality. But obviously, you can live a normal life, and as long as you do the work and go to therapy, you can conduct a satisfying life. So, yeah. Next question. Oops. At what age do personality disorders typically manifest? So, usually they manifest in late adolescence and or early adulthood. But again, they're considered lifelong conditions. And we do see in certain cases also in early childhood as well, there is some temperament that we can see. And so, yeah, so I would say usually during adolescence, but we can also see some signs in early childhood. Next question. Are personality disorders genetic? So again, there is a genetic component, and if you had parents or grandparents or someone in the family who have a personality disorder, you have a greater chance of having one, but it's not completely just genetic. Next question. What are the first signs of a personality disorder? So early signs can include difficulties in forming and maintaining relationships, rigid and unhealthy patterns of thinking, functioning, and behaving, and challenges in adapting in like stressful circumstances. But one of the first signs I would say is inability to maintain long-term relationships, whether it's friendship or romantic relationship. Which doctor should I consult for personality disorder? Well, I would say a clinical psychologist and a psychiatrist. Yeah, I feel like um, it's always good to have different opinions by different type of practitioners. Can personality disorders be cured? Again, I kind of answered this question before. No, you can't cure a personality disorder, but obviously you can mitigate the symptoms and live a normal life. And those were the questions, the most Googled questions about personality disorders. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.